Hello boys and girls of OWA, my name is Courtney Jai and today we're going to talk about my coming out story. So a lot of you found out in my last video that I'm bisexual, and this may have been a shock or this may have just been general knowledge to people, and that's how I want it to be. I just want it to be a thing, but I want to talk about my experience of coming out and how it's affected me since I've come out and how I'm affected now. Now, I made a video on my main channel when I first come out and it was very raw, and I didn't get to say a lot of things what I wanted to say and thank people what I wanted to thank and just talk about things what had affected me, because I didn't know what was going to affect me at the time because I'd only been out for about a week. So in this video I want to talk about some of my downs, some of my ups, some of the things that have really helped me coming out and some of the benefits of coming out. So one of the downs I had was with my dad, and this happened because when I first came out to him, he was initially taking it really well. I thought he took it great, and then after a few days it completely changed. It went down to one of the lowest points where I've had my dad say one of the most horrible things I've ever heard him say to me, and that was that he felt disappointed in me and he felt like he'd let me down as a father, and that hurt a lot. Now don't get me wrong, I love my dad to bits, and he was confused at the time, and since then he has apologised and we've spoken a lot more. We've actually sat down and talked about it and how I felt like an outcast and how it's actually made me feel better as a person. And now he understands me and he doesn't feel obligated to be so negative towards the situation. He actually appreciates that I've grown up to be a man rather than living my life as a boy. So the main feeling I felt before I came out was that I was a social outcast. I didn't really fit in anywhere. I tried to be part of groups and I just never felt like I was part of them. I felt like there was a piece missing in me. Now since I've come out, that has all changed. I feel confident in what I do, I enjoy what I do, and I can talk to anybody and not feel like that I'm awkward or I shouldn't be a part of this. So one of the things what happens is that you get more confident, you become more open to who you are and more trusting in the decisions you make. Now another thing I want to talk about is my brother, because I am the oldest of 6 siblings and I didn't actually think about how it would affect my siblings when I come out. And a lot of people don't realise that coming out doesn't just affect you, it affects your whole family, because at the end of the day you're a family member and you just made a really big decision in your life, and obviously that's going to cause ripples. And my brother, he has friends, and obviously he's only 14, so the common joke and common insult is gay. And I didn't want my brother feeling like, you know, he couldn't talk to me or he felt, you know, just wrong talking to me just because I was bisexual. Now my brother made me one of the proudest brothers in the world when I first came out, because in the first few days someone did make some bad jokes about me being bisexual. And my brother told them that if they have a problem with me, they have a problem with him. And just to see that someone who I generally don't get along with most of the time, we have so much animosity, we're brothers, we're always competing with each other, and to see that he really does care for me and love me as an older brother and has the respect to give me to do that, it's really quite something special. And I just wanted to say thank you to Brandon. If you ever watch this video, you've made me really grateful to have you as a brother. Sorry about that. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is how life gets better. Now, I got more trusted in the decisions I made and what I was doing in my life, and I obviously made a lot of friends through coming out, because there's a lot of people who go through this in the world. I mean, at 8 billion people, do you think you're the only one going through this? There are millions, maybe even billions of people who know they're gay or bi and they just haven't faced it in their life yet. And you're always going to find those people who hate the idea of gay and bi because it's just wrong to them, and they're perfectly okay to have that in their mind. You know, everyone is entitled to what they believe. Like, we're entitled to our own sexuality. As long as there's nothing actually coming out of it like violence towards people, people are entitled to their own opinion. Now, my mom, she took the situation of me coming out a lot more enthusiastically than I thought she would. She occasionally asked me if there's any guys or any girls I like how I generally feel about being bisexual, and if I'm generally happy. She's very enthusiastic about me just being happy and living my life to what makes me happy. And I want to say thank you, Mum, for doing that. Now, someone I didn't talk about when I first came out was my stepmom. Now, my stepmom's been in my life for many, many years. She's actually like a second mum to me. She is a very close person to me, and she's one of the only people I didn't actually come out to before I came out to everybody. She found out when everybody did, and I feel really disrespectful for doing that. And she had the opinion that there was no bi. She thought there was gay and straight. And after sitting down to her, I think a lot of people don't understand that you can be bi. You just have to explain it to people what you feel like inside, because a lot of people can't understand something which they've never felt before. And labeling it helps, but giving it a description and telling people what it does for you just helps out a lot more. So if you're ever feeling alone and you feel like you might be gay or bi and you don't know how to handle these feelings, you can talk to any of the boys in OWA, especially me, Sebastian and Dion, as Dion's bisexual and Sebastian is gay, so we can help you on that front. But if you don't feel like you can talk to us and you want to talk to someone who doesn't really have a phase, you can talk to the Trevor Project. Now, they're a really good project and they're made for teens and anybody who's going through this feeling, and they are there to help. They just want to make sure that you live your life to the best of your ability, and they're a great organisation, and I will put them in the description below, so if anybody needs help with that, they can check them out. So to everybody, I just want to say you're beautiful. If you're gay, straight, bi, any other sexuality, any other preference, that is you, and don't ever change that. I mean, be the person that you want to be, not the person you expected to be by others. And as long as you remember that, you're always going to live a great life, and that's just the message I want to get across. That coming out helped me become more of a man and take responsibility for my life, and maybe that can help you guys out. So if it did, it's great. If I didn't help anybody out, I'm sorry. I wish I could have done more. Just leave me a comment and maybe I can help advise you in some ways that you may be feeling that I didn't answer in the video. And yeah, as usual, love, peace, and chicken grease. I'll see you all next time.